Have you ever wondered what happens after we die? We think of all sorts of questions when referring to this topic, like what happens when your brain shuts down? Will it be a heavenly release or feel more like torture? The mystery of what happens after we die has fascinated humanity since the dawn of consciousness. Several interpretations have been put forward by cultures spanning the world, frequently intertwined with philosophical, spiritual, and religious beliefs. The enigma of life after death is still left unanswered, despite the intellectual and innovation which sparks countless discussions and introspective thoughts. From the ancient Egyptians to modern spiritualists, beliefs about the afterlife have shaped civilizations and their rituals. For instance, the Egyptians had a complex belief system about an afterlife that elaborates that the soul, or Ka, embarked on a journey throughout the underworld, facing challenges and verdicts before reaching the eternal and everlasting field of reeds. This belief was so integral that they meticulously prepared for deaths with ornate tombs and mummification processes. However, a lot of Eastern religions, including Buddhism and Hinduism, support the idea of reincarnation, according to which the soul is reborn in a different body, but is still affected by the karma from previous lifetimes. In contrast, according to Islamic creed, Muslims believe in a bodily resurrection after death. They believe that on the day of judgment, they will rise from the dead by God's will, and every individual will be held accountable for their actions, intentions, and beliefs. On the basis of their deeds, they will be sorted to heaven and hell. The scientific community approaches the concept of life after death with skepticism, primarily because it lacks empirical evidence. Neuroscientists argue that consciousness is a product of brain activity, ceasing when the brain dies. However, phenomena like near-death experiences, NDEs, challenge this view, as some individuals report vivid experiences or sensations when clinically dead. Even while these experiences are fascinating, they are still controversial and mostly unreliable, leading to the need for more research. Philosophers, on the other hand, have long debated the possibility of life after death. A famous philosopher and scientist, René Descartes, posited that the mind and body are distinct, allowing for the survival of the soul after physical death. Meanwhile, materialists argue that consciousness cannot exist independently of the physical brain. René has mentioned in La Description du Corps Humain, 1664, he wrote that, although movements cease in the body when it is dead and the soul departs, one cannot deduce from these facts that the soul produced the movements. An interesting window into the possibilities of a hereafter is provided by near-death experiences. Similar sensations are frequently reported by those who have had near-death experiences, NDEs. Some claim to have had an outer-body experience, like feeling detached from the body, visions of traveling through tunnels, seeing bright lights, and occasionally having encounters with departed loved ones or spiritual beings. While some dismiss these experiences as the result of brain activity during stress, others see them as evidence of an existence beyond death. One notable account is that of Dr. Ibn Alexander, a neurosurgeon who experienced an NDE during a coma. He described an otherworldly journey that profoundly changed his perspective on consciousness and the afterlife. His story, among others, continues to spark discussions and inspire hope. Moreover, according to the study of a neurology professor at Michigan University, studies the record of electrical activity in the brains of a woman who were just taken off the life support. What she discovered changed how we all think about death. Her findings show that death shouldn't be considered at a point in time, but rather a slow process. The organs don't immediately fail. The heart can be restarted and complete. Cognitive ability is regainable. The dying process is sometimes reversible. Hours after someone has been pronounced clinically dead, they can in rare circumstances be resuscitated. These instances are not divine miracle, but just death being a much slower process than we think. The notion of life after death appeals to our innate desire for continuity and purpose in our lives. Our investigation of this riddle is motivated by our need for justice, our dread of the unknown, and our desire to be with our loved ones again. Even though there are still no clear answers, the search for knowledge improves our lives and changes our spiritual and cultural environments. By seeking to understand the afterlife, humans attempt to bridge the gap between the known and the unknown, finding comfort and purpose in the possibilities that lie beyond the physical world. This quest reflects our inherent curiosity and the fundamental drive to comprehend our place in the universe. In conclusion, the investigation into life after death spans a wide array of beliefs, experiences, and inquiries that surpass cultural, religious, and philosophical limits. From ancient civilizations to modern scientific investigations, humans have tackled the mysteries of what lies beyond the physical realm, whether through religious doctrines offering structured visions of the afterlife, personal experiences providing glimpses into the unknown, or philosophical inquiries delving into the nature of existence. The quest for understanding continues to shape our understanding of mortality and the human experience. Ultimately, while the answers may remain elusive, the journey of exploration itself offers solace, meaning, and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of life and the enduring quest for truth.